Yeah. Black Man Unfiltered Network. We ain't here to play nice. We here to flip everything they told you was normal. Hey! Yeah. Yeah. Hey, we flipping tables. Yeah. We breaking labels. Facts. No more silence, no more favors. Truth hit hard, can't save it. Yeah. We flipping tables. This that real, no cable. Hey, if it's fake, we unplug it. Welcome to the table. Yeah. I came in the room, they was comfortable, quiet. Smiling in your face, but behind it is riot. They told me be calm, but I'm built for the storm. When the truth in the building, you better transform. They don't like a man when he speak with direction. They love you when broken, confused, and correction. But I'm on a mission, I'm changing perception. No filter, no fear, just raw intersection. System designed just to keep you disabled. Mentally trapped, spiritually labeled. I'm cutting the cords, the lies getting fatal. If it ain't the truth, I'm flipping in the table. We flipping tables. Yeah. We breaking labels. Facts. No more silence, no more favors. Truth hit hard, can't save you. Yeah. We flipping tables. They said don't question, I said watch me. Too many men out here living sloppy. No guidance, no code, no structure, no lead. Now we wonder why families bleed. This ain't hate, this accountability. Look in the mirror with this vulnerability. Masking and frame with responsibility. That's what they fear, that's stability. I'm calling it out, no sugar, no glaze. We breaking these cycles, we shifting in the phase. Legacy built, not lost in the maze. We done being silent, we enter a rage.
This ain't just a podcast. It's a movement, it's a reset. If it's built on lies, it gotta fall.
We flipping tables, no fear, no fables. Black men rise, we stable. Now we changing the label. We flipping tables. Truth is non-negotiable. Black man unfiltered. This the voice they ain't controlling. Flippin Tables Podcast. Black Man Unfiltered Network. If it don't make you uncomfortable, it ain't real.
All right. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Listen, we're going to hop right into this because this is an important conversation tonight. If you can hear me, put a one in the chat. Welcome to the Black Men Unfiltered Network. I am BMU. I am the host of this beautiful show tonight and the creator of this channel. If you're here for the first time, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as you're coming in. Also share this stream because this is going to be a very important stream tonight. So share this with two people you like, one person you do not like for unity purposes. Guys, if you want to give to the channel, please do so by super chat at the bottom of the comments. You'll see that. If you want to give by Cash App, and that's easier for you, and you want to support this great content, go ahead and you'll see it at the bottom of the screen right there where you can give by Cash App. All right. So again, tonight, man, I want to, as you guys see the title, Men Ain't Shit. Is that the truth or is it a toxic lie? We've been really dealing with a lot of different conversations that's been going on about the mental health of Black men. And I want to start out by, in my little soliloquy here, I want to start by saying that Black men we have growing to do, but we also have a lot of pressure on us. We go through a lot. I think that I said this the other day to someone that I think that if a woman were to inhabit the brain of a man for one day, she may take her life. Men go through things that we don't talk about. We're not vulnerable. We, as Black men, have women that we don't trust, so we don't think vulnerability is a thing. And we all know pressure bursts pipes. There's a lot of tragedy going on in the world today. a lot of it. And we're going to talk about that tonight. And I'm glad that you're here. And as you guys are coming in, just hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as we continue to keep rolling this information. I definitely wanted to just take a moment to those 8 babies who lost their life in my home state of Louisiana, and the city of Shreveport, Louisiana. Just for a moment, if we can, if you're out there, if you know about the story, we'll talk about it in just a second. We're going to really dig into that and dive into that conversation about the young man who took all of his children's lives, and then he did deletion by police a little later. And so we definitely want to talk about that as well. Yeah. So if you guys can, man, just have a moment of silence for them briefly, 10 seconds for that family, for those children who lost their lives in Shreveport, Louisiana. So let's do that now. All right, there we go. All right, I appreciate you guys for being here tonight. I need you to stick with me tonight, guys. If you want to be a part of the channel tonight, if you want to come on the panel tonight, we want to hear your voices. All right, first come, first serve. The link is in the chat. It should be in both chats right now, but I'll make sure that it is there for you guys to join if you want to join and have this conversation. I think this is a conversation that both parties can have for sure about what's going on in the world today. All right, so I'm dropping that link to the chat for the second chat because I don't see it over there. So give me just a second to drop that in there. All right. All right, it's in there. So if you guys want to join, please go ahead and join and cam up and come on up. Now, if you don't want to cam up and come up, we'd love to hear what you have to say in the chat. If you have any questions or anything that you would like to add to the conversation tonight, please do so by the way of chat. All right. Let's see what we got in here so far. We got Just Being Jazzy in the building tonight. Just Being Jazzy, what's up? Long time no see. Good to see you in the building tonight. Hadn't seen you in a little bit, so I appreciate you being here tonight. Mr. Chang, 011. Mr. Chang, don't write you. Me skip you now. That's fine. I'm good. Just Being Jazzy. If you want to come up, Just Being Jazzy, we'd love to have you. If you want to come on the panel tonight, that'd be amazing to have you up here and having your perspective. It'd be good to have that. So if you got time and you can cam up, you can definitely do that. And we can also support your podcast as well. And you can definitely drop the link for your podcast as well. She said, maybe my day. It is your day. Come on. All right. So I definitely want to bring up one of the men that I respect. He's a husband. He is a father. He is a very transparent man himself. And he's very intelligent man himself as well. I have much respect for this man. He is the president of the 7B here on the Black Men Unfiltered Network, and I'll let him announce that when he comes up. But ladies and gentlemen, my brother from another mother, man, all the way from Jersey, just repping Jersey right now, and the Boston Celtics. Mr. Ben.
It's a beautiful thing. What's
up, man? How you doing, brother?
I am well. How about you?
Oh man, I'm doing great, man. No, you don't have to Just Being Jazzy. Just show me that you're a human being, and I'll let you stay down since you're a lady tonight. But how you feeling, man? How's the family?
Family is great. It's just just everyone's doing their thing. Daughter's medical school, that's going well, and the other two, they're getting their career started. So yeah, like I said,
a happy daddy.
Yeah. I mean, you still try to help them with the adulting thing. I mean, that's still a process to an extent, but they're little by little. You know what I mean? You feel more like a coach more so than a dad at this point.
Yeah.
There's only so much as a dad they're gonna listen to you, but a coach you can drop a little hint every once in a while.
Little nuggets.
But
yeah, this weekend I have my daughter. She's graduating this year. So she got prom this week.
Oh man!
I just want you to hear the dollar signs. So prom this week, and then she went to. She got accepted into a program 4 years ago where she can get her college degree while she's in high school.
Wow!
So she's getting her associate's degree on the 15th. She's graduating from the college, and then on the 30th she graduates from high school.
Right.
So you see the dollar signs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need a dress for graduation on the 15th, a dress for graduation on the 30th. I need the senior fees. I need a prom dress. I need shoes. I need my nails done. I need my hair done. I need my makeup done. Just dollar signs. Yeah.
Cost of success. What can I tell you?
Yep.
We told him to do well, and all these things will come to him. So we gotta keep our word, right? We made a deal with him a long time ago. Do the right thing.
So
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a little nurse. All right, man. So I just wanted to bring you on tonight for sure. The other guys will be here. Charlotte, see Mr. Payne has come up as well. Mr. Payne has not been feeling well lately. And so I'm glad he's able to make the sacrifice to be here tonight and have this conversation, man. I really, really, really appreciate him for coming up here with me tonight. So Mr. Payne, come on up here. How you doing, man? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. All right. So until the other guys come and pause, I want to make sure we have this. Jesus, I got to do it. Make sure we have this conversation, man. As you guys been seeing in the news, there's a lot. Mr. Ben, have you heard about what happened in my home state of Louisiana with the 8 children?
Vaguely. I didn't get the full deets on that. It came across my feed, but I didn't have a chance to delve in.
Oh my goodness, man! 8 babies, man. 8 children were shot by their father. Yeah, and it's sad. It really is, and it's a small town, so everybody knows everybody. It's just sad, man. I don't know what happened. I don't know what made the man snap. I know what made him, because his wife she was about to divorce him for sure. So I don't know if that made him snap, because they talked about how he is in his kids' lives, how he's there for his kids and picks them up from school, and he was a dad that was in his kids' lives. And just Easter, he just put a picture up in Easter with him and all 8 of them for Easter, and how do you snap and get to the point where you just take your kids' lives? It's just behoove. I don't know. I don't get it. But I'm gonna play this little video here to bring you guys up to speed on what actually happened in Shreveport. And I want to bring up Coach Ferg first, man. Coach Ferg, also a mentor of men, another smart man, and I want to bring him up as well, man. What's going on, Coach Ferg? How you doing tonight, my brother?
How y'all doing, man? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Y'all looking good, man. Y'all shining, man. Y'all looking good. I ain't gonna lie, man.
Well, first of all, greetings to the bold and the beautiful, the benevolent ball brotherhood of the BMU network. So, Payne, you need to grace us with your presence, bro. Can you just flash that ball head just real quick? Can you just tip the cap a little bit? See, look at that, man. You are surrounded by greatness tonight. So I'm just saying, BMU. I mean, what can I tell you?
I don't. Yeah, I'm Rastafari, man. I can't.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. But I'm gonna play this video real quick. The first video, the footage that you're gonna see is the police actually coming to the house, and then you're gonna see the news report of what happened. So let's take a look at it. Here we go.
This is entirely a domestic incident. So the suspect shot the mother of the child for children first, then responded to this location and shot 8 children, 7 of which being his own.
To a heartbreaking and horrific mass shooting in Shreveport, Louisiana. 8 children between the ages of 1 and 14 were killed in what police are calling a gruesome crime scene.
Sunday morning in Shreveport, Louisiana. The sun hadn't come up yet. Most of the Cedar Grove neighborhood was still sleeping. Inside one small house on West 79th Street, 7 little bodies were lying where they'd been all night, tucked into beds. pressed up against cousins and siblings, some still holding on to stuffed animals. None of them were going to wake up. An eighth child, a little boy, tried to make it out. He climbed up on the roof. Whoever put him up there, or whoever he followed up there, thought maybe up high meant safe. It didn't. He got shot on that roof, and his body stayed there until police found him. The oldest was 11, the youngest was 3. And the man who pulled the trigger wasn't some stranger who broke in. He wasn't a burglar. He wasn't a neighbor with a grudge. He was their daddy. 7 of those babies called him Daddy. The 8th was blood too, a cousin, family. Before that morning was over, he'd be dead himself, shot down in another parish after carjacking a stranger and leading police on a chase. His wife would be in a hospital bed with a bullet in her face. His girlfriend would be fighting for her life in the ICU. This is the story of April 19th, 2026. This is the Shreveport tragedy. And we need to talk about how it got to this. To understand that morning, you have to understand Shamar Elkins, or at least who people thought Shamar Elkins was. He was 31 years old, born in Shreveport, raised in Shreveport, known all over Shreveport. From 2013 to 2020, he wore the uniform of the Louisiana Army National Guard. His job titles sound important on paper: Signal Support System Specialist, Fire Support Specialist. He never got deployed overseas. He left the Guard as a private, no medals, no combat record. But he wore that uniform for 7 years, and to the people around him, that meant something. That meant discipline. That meant a man who could be counted on. He was a father 7 times over, 3 boys, 5 girls. His life on paper looked full. Church on Sunday, birthdays, school pickups, a house with children's voices in every room. His wife was the mother of most of those kids. Other children came from other relationships: the Pews, the Snows, the Elkins kids, different last names, but all of them born from him. Cousins in and out of the house. A whole web of little lives tied to this one man. Now the cracks were there. They'd always been there. Back in 2019, Shamar did something that should have been a red flag the size of a highway billboard. He fired a handgun near Caddo Magnet High School. Children were outside. Bullets were going off in the direction of a school full of kids. You'd think that kind of thing would get a man put away. It didn't. He pleaded guilty to illegal use of weapons. The judge gave him 18 months of probation. No prison, no jail, no mandatory treatment. He walked out of that courtroom, went back to his life, and kept raising his children. Let that sit for a second. A man discharged a firearm near a school, and the system looked at him and said, "Stay out of trouble for 1.5 years and we'll call it even." 7 years later, those same hands would be used to end 8 young lives. On social media, the picture he painted was a beautiful one. A few weeks before the killings, he posted an Easter photo. Him and his children all dressed up, fresh out of church, Sunday best, little bow ties, little dresses, smiles lined up across the couch. A man who looked blessed. Hours before the shooting, he posted again. This time about taking his oldest daughter on what he called a daddy-daughter date, a burger spot, just the 2 of them, the kind of post you scroll past 100 times a day and never think twice about.
Pause for a second.
That little girl had no idea. Neither did the internet. But 10 days before that morning, something had shifted. A post
It's almost over. It's like 30 seconds.
went up that hit different. Something about mental health. Something about praying. And not a clear cry for help. Not something you could screenshot and send to 911. Just a man who sounded tired, sounded low. Sounded like he was carrying something heavy and didn't know where to put it down. People scrolled past it. What most of the world didn't see was the rest of it. Shamar and his wife were separating. There was a court date coming up, custody, the formal end of a life they had built together. Anybody who has ever been through a breakup with children involved knows how that kind of timeline works on a person. It winds you up. It backs you into corners of yourself you didn't know existed. For some people, separation is a paperwork process. For others, it becomes a pressure cooker with no release valve.
All right. So I just wanted to, I know that was lengthy. I wanted everybody to actually see who he was, what he did, his background, so on and so forth, before we had the conversation. And guys, we could start with Coach Ferg, because I know he had a question. He wanted a statement. Then we move to Mr. Bennett and Arpain. What are your thoughts about the news first, about the children passing away by their father? And then he passed away soon after that because he was shot by the police and killed by the police. So what are your thoughts, Coach Ferg? And we'll go around.
I mean, just from a whole, inside point of view, right? The kids, they trump everything else to me in this situation, right?
Yeah.
But I would like to know, determine the fact as far as did he have a relationship? Were they his biological children? Did him and the mother at least get along? Who are his friends, his cousins? Because you mentioned that the town knows each other, so everybody know who's sleeping with each other. Everybody know all that. Mm-hmm. So, and I'm looking at it from as a social worker. The questions and police, I have to ask these questions. Mm-hmm. So I would just like to know all of that. Again, it's something, this is rare in our community. However, it is 2026. Mm-hmm. You don't see these incidents where Black men take out entire children of their own. You don't see that. This is unprecedented to me. I don't know. You can look back in history, but I don't know if you've seen 8, 7, almost 10 people gone. It's like a mass shooting, right? And it's in a neighborhood, a poor neighborhood. So it's just a lot that goes along with that. The video, the way they played it, I don't get into that because that's part of the BS in a sense.
The media. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but as far as the issue that happened with the families, it's very unfortunate, but I would like to, it'd be hard to know. He knows somebody where he can just go from taking a picture to, now it's him and his kids are gone. And the police, they're going to do that, whether he's Black or white. I don't know if y'all if they've seen, because police have children too. They human, and the fact that he ran. So that's the crazy part. Like, you ran, you show no remorse. And then, it's just unfortunate to me, man. It should make people wake up, and start allowing relationships, start allowing communication with relatives, at least fathers and sons in some capacity. He looked a little African to me, I'm not sure, but it just the way, what I'm saying? It's just unfortunate because this is what I talk about. How old is he? How old is this guy?
31.
31. He's second generation. It's a ripple effect of that time. I've never seen Black men take out their families. So
right.
Sad, man.
Mr. Bennett, your thoughts on what you've seen in the information presented to you?
I think it's just too much for an individual to be able to handle. So He's 31 years old. Mm-hmm. He has 8 children by at least 3 different women, because the video mentioned at least 3 different last names.
Yes, that's correct.
He was in the military, National Guard. He's out. I don't know what he did for a living. Was it an economic situation? The fact that the mother of his children, in one part of the early part of the video, they didn't call him his wife. They called her his girlfriend, was in a hospital with a bullet in her face. That's verbatim. And then it called her his wife later. So I don't know what she was,
right.
Or how they were doing their relationship. And then the fact that at the end, they were separating. I just think it's just too much for any man to endure. I've said on this panel, on this show, and other shows, we never talk to men about what it takes to be a father to father children if you're not ready for them.
Mm-hmm.
And certainly to have 8 in that period of time. I was at 31. Had my first at 31. And so I just think that just given the environment, as Coach mentioned, it didn't look like they were certainly in an affluent area, to have all of that going on. And then if you want to bring the mental health issues into it, either the strain of the relationship or both, we still don't know, just medically, we still don't know what causes, like mental, like I've seen in people I know that mental illness just forms. Some of it's environmental, some of it's then chemical, but whatever that cocktail is, it's like if you're mixing all these different stresses and stressors together, it can certainly take a person to that particular end or edge. And it looked like at the end he was living 2 separate lives. He was like, yeah, he had this one picture perfect life that he was the life that he wanted versus the life that what actually was, which was a very dark one, but he didn't want to necessarily, show that in. So he showed the Instagram family and then what was really going on inside of him. And then he finally snapped at the end. So again, just horrible. But I think men, we really need to have some conversations about, again, parenthood, about relationships, about, we say kind of haphazardly, marry before you carry. But I think that's something we need to talk about, and give yourself time with the woman to see if you want to have children with that person or not. But don't be in a rush to just have all these kids and be like, but you're not in any kind of capacity or condition to really take care of them. But from what I'm also seeing, I don't know how much he was taking care of himself. It's like he was spiraling.
Yeah.
And certainly the criminal justice, add that in, the criminal justice system, for a lot of men, they say, oh, well, they locked up, but they gave him a break. But did they get him the help that he needed to get the mental help or whatever? They just gave him the parole and that was it. There was no follow-up on that.
Mm-hmm.
So that system's broken. So this is like a dam with a bunch of different holes that are just in it, and the dam finally broke. But it's just not a situation that we need to, as men, we need to find ourselves in. And so that's really, my takeaway from this is just, it's too much too early. And unfortunately it had this end result, but very sad situation.
It is. Our pain. What are your thoughts?
Listen, in times like these, I think we kind of go overboard with this over analysis. If you listen to the lady when she was painting this picture of this guy, okay, he was a vet, and he shot at the school, whatever, in that area. That was 7 or 8 years before this particular incident. Mm-hmm. So even if he would have got put in jail, he would have been out already. That's number one. Number two, it's Louisiana. Everybody has guns. So there's not like a panic, like if he was in New York or something like that. So it doesn't excuse it, but it doesn't make it so untoward that a guy shot off some guns down in Louisiana. So I'm not so sure that we can make a real picture until we know if he left something that said what made him crazy. Now, the one thing I know that, when you hear women say that men are the apex predator, I would say that's true. But women are certainly a man's deepest Achilles heel, right? Men do go crazy over women, right? They do stuff. So I think the lady mentioned they were getting a divorce. Now, whether they were really married, she just maybe used it as a euphemism. I could see guys spiraling. We see guys spiraling. That's the one thing I tell women. Men spiral differently than women, especially if they can get violent, right? When they think they're going to lose, because it's usually like a scarcity mindset anyway. And so I don't know why he would eliminate his kids. I agree with Coach. That's not normal in the Black community. But what is normal, which is unfortunate, that we got men with a lot of kids. They don't go killing all of those kids. We got men with a lot of children out there, and they ain't doing shit. This guy was in the house with those kids, right? So it was unusual, not because he was going crazy. It was really, if we would say something was unusual, he was trying to take care of them. Until that's why nobody knew what was coming. Here's a man with a house full of kids from different women,
and they're all under his roof. Right? So whether it was too much pressure on him or not, we don't know. We need to find out. I'm not so sure it was just a pressure thing of having all those kids, because that's not unusual in the Black community.
Yes, it is pressure, I think.
No, I didn't say it wasn't no pressure. It doesn't mean there's a pressure that he's going to become a family annihilator.
In Port Louisiana.
Wait a minute. You had your say. Let me just say mine. So I'm just saying that we need some more information on why he goes crazy. Now, let me tell you, if a person murders somebody, I think they go crazy anyway. I don't care what their life was at. Nobody in their right mind deletes somebody else's life. Nobody. So I would like to hear more of if there's some kind of manifesto or anything else, because something went wrong with this guy that he would go through. And here's a backdrop. We just had a lieutenant governor off his wife, another Black man, and off himself, but he didn't go try to off his children. They were in the house. They heard all the shots. It doesn't. So I don't know.
And they were also going through a divorce.
No. He was going through a divorce with his wife, but they were all living in the same house.
Yeah. But I'm saying they happened to split too. It was a split. They were splitting up too. Like
yeah.
they were going, yeah.
Yeah. So so if there's anything with men that we need to talk about, it's how they handle splitting away from the women that they love. I think we lose there big time in a lot of areas because men absolutely go apeshit stupid when they losing their girls. Too many. Everyone doesn't, and I'm in here. Everybody doesn't resort to this kind of tragedy, but we have more than enough stories of men just crashing out over chicks. So I mean, even the biggest wars to these little incidents and to this particular tragedy. So men, if we, like Mercer Bennett said, do we have to talk about something? It's how we handle losing our women and keeping our heads about us, because it's not the end of the world. It's just the end of a relationship, and your hold on the chick. So, I mean, that's where I landed. So it's a tragedy. And we all could be right from our perspective.
Man, I think we have Just Being Jazzy. She's calling in tonight. Just Being Jazzy, let me see you real quick before I bring you up. Turn your camera on real quick. She said she couldn't have her camera on, but let me see you. Okay, I see you. All right. Then we got JT from What We Know podcast in the building tonight. What's going on, my brother? All right.
What's up now?
Just Being Jazzy. What are your thoughts on what we talking about so far?
Hey, I usually don't be on panels, so sorry my baby's in the background. I'm glad to be up here, but I usually don't be on panels, but I do like to be contributed, but I'm kind of like, I don't be on it. I be kind of shy, but I have a lot to unpack too, but I'm shy, but I want to I agree. I like your show and all that, but I understand it's a lot, and I don't want to go on a tangent, but I understand because as a person who, I totally understand them, because it's a lot to unpack, because of course, what I don't agree with, one, it's a lot of factors with it, because even if it ain't that, everybody with anything you've seen, you hear, you always bombarded with all kind of information, wherever you learn stuff from, whether it's in the home, out the home. So everybody know, whatever you're going through, whether it's serious or not, they're going to tell you, oh, well, you don't know what somebody might do in a certain situation, because you don't know. So there's that. But and even whatever you're going through, sometimes you don't know what somebody's going through. And then stress on top of stress, because I understand that I've been it's hard. And then as a dude, I understand society, any generation you're going to be in, being a natural dude, even though I'm not a dude, I understand. Even we have our own struggle as a female, but I understand as a dude, as a male, you have things that people, they don't care about you, and they only look for you to just be masculine, and it's up to you guys to do whatever you have to do. So I agree, as a human being, you still have to be treated good, nurtured, and like just as a human. So there's that. But like we don't know what he's going through. So I think all that I said is pertaining to that. But like sometimes some people they not. It's only so much like you can go through to where you break, because I done been through some crap where it's like anybody with any kind of brain, no matter what you've been through, and you've been through the worst, and you as a male, female, whatever, especially as a male, and you've been provoked, or you maybe somebody touched you or whatever it is, where you really have to break. Some people they don't do nothing, they don't break. So you got to be level of strong, even if it's something like super serious, and we don't know whatever, but like, you know, sometimes people they may have reached that point where they have to do something like they've been tired. And some people they might be crazy, they're gonna do something that you're not supposed to do, and nothing really happened that bad, you know. But like from my experience, sorry, I don't want to go on a tangent. Like me, like I'm saying, like, shoot, I had been through some things to where I should have probably thought about it, but I'm saying no, because one, me in my right brain with whatever I've been through, I say, hey, what some people may have said, maybe he thought about it too, maybe he didn't, but he still broke. Hey, you don't want to throw your life away or take yourself out. Like you have to keep that in mind, because nobody really cares about nobody really. Like you probably have some people care about you, but for the most part, you, no matter what, you have to care about yourself. Don't throw your life away. And like, yeah, like I really don't have anybody, so I really have to be real strong
Yes, you
and
do,
not
sis.
have kids, because like, yeah, I want to go on a tangent, because like I didn't come from crap either, and I like to listen to these because I grew up in a toxic environment and around predators and a lot of stuff. And after I was on my own, having to figure stuff out on the fly and stuff is already hard. You getting kicked out as a teen. So like, you know, and you have like, you know, you learn your parents are manipulative and other stuff, people in the world, like, you know, experiencing different stuff, haters. But I'm gonna like end there, let you guys, yeah. Yeah,
Well, let me say this to you real quick before you go. You know,
I'm
I
gonna
hear
stay on the
you.
thing, but I don't want to go on a long tangent. But I
Yeah,
just
I
wanted
get
to
it.
add,
I
like,
get it. And I want to say this to you though. You know, I hear that, you know, everything that you're saying. And listen, I would like to, you know, bring you back for a show, maybe on next week or something like that. So if you will, you can email me at blackmanunfiltered@gmail.com. And we could have that conversation, and we could also find some like, you know, like resources like Coach Ferg is awesome at mentoring as well. So we can find resources or things that, because I hear you saying that, you know, you didn't have anybody or stuff like that. So if you need anything, we'll be able to reach out and look, you know, look for things that maybe could help you in the area that you're in. So you can email me at blackmanunfiltered@gmail.com.
appreciate it. Thanks.
Absolutely. And thank you for being on the show. I appreciate it.
So you
Welcome.
still got family.
Leader.
All right, man. So thank you, Jazzy. So welcome to the show. Philosophical's in the building tonight. JT is in the building tonight, man. Thank you guys for being here and coming to have this conversation. I appreciate you. Philosophical, I know you and JT are probably on task on what's going on and what happened in Shreveport, Louisiana with the young man. I want to add a question, and then we're going to go. I got some other videos, a couple more videos, but I want to ask you guys this question as you're coming in, and you can add on to what you think about the situation. But this is for everybody. What does the breaking point actually look like for a black man? What is that actually? What are the signs? What are we looking for when a black man says, I'm at my breaking point? What does that look like for us? We'll start with you, Philosophical, first, and we'll go up to JT. Then everybody else can answer that question. But what are your thoughts on the situation that happened and the question? Go ahead.
Well, I feel like we just saw it. You know what I'm saying? That's the breaking point. Now I don't think that's normal, but you're dealing with, you know, the Army, you know, that mindset and that programming system, poverty, you know, a lot of kids I mean, but to be honest, I think I know a lot of men with these kids that, they kind of like straddling the poverty line. They think that, they've been a good man by just having kids. And it speaks to an ignorance in the man. I'm not dismissing like his death or nothing like that, but a lot of these men you just see them going in the wrong direction. They just keep having these kids and keep arguing with this woman. It's just like there's something inside of his mind that's telling him that he has to tolerate this. Like that man ain't just snapped. You know what I'm saying? He probably had a lot of arguments with Shorty. He probably had a lot of ups and downs, and they keep bringing children into these situations that are financially stressed, emotionally stressed with the woman. It's the ignorance on the man's part, and they just keep going in this direction. They just lose it. You know what I mean? A lot of men, especially in these rural areas, they just are doers. You know what I mean? They don't take the time to really add to their mind outside of just work and the family and big mama, and they just lose their mind. They never really educate themselves. They really never educate themselves spiritually. They never educate themselves. They don't educate themselves on like a skill. It's like they just really just be relying on these women who just talk to them mad crazy, and they just feel like, oh, well, I'm just dealing with this and I'm a good man. They just absolutely lose their minds. You know what I'm saying? This is an extreme scenario, but some of them lose their mind by just beating them up, or they off themselves, or they just, get drunk or get high, and to me, it just speaks to a lack of self-worth that a lot of brothers have, and they feel like they got to tolerate these situations until they just do what this brother did. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of brothers just got to, if you're dealing with a situation that's not favorable, if you're dealing with a woman that's not giving you the energy or feedback you need to deal with, leave. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's kids involved, you're not leaving the children. But if you keep bumping heads with this woman to leading to all these stresses, you have to remove yourself. Because I believe they was going through a divorce, if I'm not mistaken.
Separation. Yeah. Separation.
It's like nobody should make you feel that way. You know what I'm saying? No woman should have that much power over you. The removal of her presence in your life will make you want to just kill yourself and your children. Like, I think he had deep mental problems, and he probably dealt with a heavy dose of depression and a lack of self-worth, and it just came to a head.
Hey. Appreciate that, Il. JT, man, what are your thoughts?
First of all, what's up, man? What's going on, panel?
Good to see you, sir.
Yeah. Definitely, I agree with Ilosophical when he says that lack of knowledge, the ignorance that he holds, the way that he was raised, being in a town like that, you got, after having a bunch of kids, guaranteed everyone in that town was telling him he's behind the 8 ball. And now he's about to lose his marriage for whatever reason. He already, that part right there, it's kind of like nobody really is on your side, especially when you're going against the woman. I tried to have this conversation yesterday, and I was telling people, you see it every day. If you are still in one of those neighborhoods where you have black men in there, impoverished mothers with children and all these different things, you see these people in these relationships. For the most part, they're volatile. They're very volatile. You see them arguing every day. You see them, you hear how they talk to each other. You hear how the man is being talked to. He's in a no-win situation. They get to arguing, everybody's going to be against him. Even his family. Her family, the men that's there, there's nobody that's going to be partial to whatever it is they're going through. All you hear is, you better not put your hands on him, you know what I'm saying, you BAN. You F-boy. He try to fight back, that you out of your mind. You don't be putting your hands on a woman, whatever it is, right? And now you talking about you gonna leave me with all these kids? Bro, that breaking point right there, people try to act like, especially, and I get irritated when I hear men acting like they don't understand that. You don't have to agree with it, But don't you can't tell me a black man in America, you can't agree, you can't understand how that can get to where it's at. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. What was it? 7 kids they had together?
8. Well, it was 7, and I think one was a nephew. I think
he and she had.
You're right, Mr. Bennett. You're right.
Right. So and then you got other people involved. That didn't just come from she was minding her business. That came from she was complicit, and everybody that's around in that neighborhood was complicit too. The ones that had the biggest issue was the kids because they were the most vulnerable in that situation. And their dad, for that man to be able to do stuff like, wasn't it an infant there that was there too?
3 years old. The youngest was 3.
Oh, toddler.
Yeah.
A toddler.
Yeah.
But what man can actually do that unless that's a man that got hate and the devil in him?
Man.
You know how much it's already been taken. Have you ever been in a space where you like it's already over, right? Or you known somebody that said that it's already over. What I'm gonna keep going? No, it's already over, and I'm gonna take something from you. Then how about that? We done seen it. This is what's crazy to me. We just seen men go through this, and everyone was silent. We seen story after story after story. The men were going, well, even it's like it's a damn if you do and damn if you don't, right? Everybody was silent. Now we have this one where it's like, okay, back to the men, because guess what? Where we at now? Men are bad. Bad men. So the psyche of a man, the black man at least, is still going to be at, hey, ain't nobody listening to me. Nobody want to hear me. And it's going to be another pop after that, and after that, and after that. It's kind of like you'll see it every day too, black man, where you will sit on video now. You will see women hitting on men, right? Just hitting on them. As soon as he retaliates, what happens? Everybody jumps on him. No, wait, whoa. Nobody did that before. That messes with the psyche of a man. I'm sorry, but that messes with the psyche of a man. And especially if he's living with it. So even though we don't have to, I definitely don't agree with that, man. I'm not, but I can't say that I don't understand how that can transpire. And I end it with that.
Right. Now I want to play this. I know Mr. Bennett got here in a few seconds. I want to play this. I definitely want him to hear this before he leaves. Let's see. Hold on a second. All right. So earlier today, I was listening to a panel talk about family and the structure of family and the mental health of men and how men have lost their way. And they were just having a conversation. It wasn't no screaming, no cussing, no hollering. It was just a conversation. One of the men on the panel is very ruthless on other days. But a broken clock is right, at least twice a day. So he's not that popular, but we definitely can learn something from what they were talking about, I believe. So I'm going to play this and you guys tell me what y'all think. Here we go.
Men were more necessary. We've kind of fooled ourselves into believing men aren't necessary. And it's like, you got to lie to yourself, because there's, for us as black people, in our illegitimacy rate, our marriage rate, we got a matriarchal culture going on where men are seen as unnecessary. And we look at our kids and we say, well, dang, lowest SAT scores, lowest graduation rate, STD rate, criminality rate, lack of high school, college diploma rate. It's like, you got to lie to yourself. Well, I don't need a man. Well, where are your victories? Where are you leading anything with the mentality of I don't need a man? And so, but we've somehow convinced ourselves, because there's a government check and the EBT card gets filled up and you can you can live in all this chaos, but you can have Air Jordans and designer clothes and you can feel unsafe and your kids may be a threat to you. Anyway, I'm rambling. Shamika, your thoughts?
Yeah, I do think that women have been tricked to feel like they don't need a man. I actually see it from both sides. You see the argument with men that say, "Well, what do I need a wife for? I can just hire a maid or I can hire a cook." You know, when you aren't looking at it the way God designed, I can see how people can come to that conclusion. But this is why I always say when it comes to women, there are a lot of women who are just nuts. They're crazy because you can't really go throughout life. I mean, I guess you can go throughout life without a man, but I wouldn't recommend it. You know, I see these women who feel like they are strong and they can do everything a man can do and they don't need a man. And for me, they just look dry and decrepit because I don't just need a man for provision or for protection. I feel like I need a man to float when I walk. I need a man so that I'm glowing, that you know my spirit is calm. I need a man when I am broken and I'm being illogical to come and put the pieces back together again and say things are gonna be okay. You know, this is I feel like what Jesus has to do, and this is what a man following God can do for a woman. These women who are rejecting that, look at them. They are hard, they are dry, they are decrepit, they are just unhappy no matter how many weaves they buy, no matter what name brand clothes they put on. They are not really flourishing and being the flowers that we're supposed to be. So I don't understand these women again, which is why I say so many of them are nuts, and men have to stop trying to go 50-50 on delusion. You have to just, you can't even take that type of stuff in because it's just complete delusion.
This chaos is what's happening. Years ago,
Charles Barkley with Mike. Okay, go ahead. Now the guy that's up right now, he's saying something that it came right after that. So he's saying something that he heard Charles Barkley say about the black community, and they're talking about this situation that happened in Shreveport, and he had this to say.
Before you play that guy, let's say something about what Shamika said, okay?
Yeah, go ahead, Arby.
You know, and I'm gonna be real quick. You know, I watch Six the Goddess once in a while. No matter what you think about her, she said almost the same thing as what Shamika's just said, and they're completely different kind of women.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Because you know she's a hard ass when it comes to men and certain issues, but she said she can't imagine life without a man. You know what I'm saying? In terms of what men bring at the essence, right, of the natural order of things. And she sounded just like what Shamika said. And I just heard it earlier today. It's kind of weird, you know, because she has a lot of her own way she thinks. But she said the same thing. She is fine as hell, too. But that's another story. All right, but...
Let me call Miss Payne real quick.
But anyhow, let's go ahead to the next guy. But Shamika is pretty cool. I listen to Jason Whitlock every so often so I can get the contrarian kind of view of things.
All right, yeah. So I'm gonna let him play, then we'll discuss. Here we go.
Years ago, Charles Barkley wrote a book with Mike Wilbon. I don't remember the name of the book. And in the book, Charles gives the example. He said he went and talked to Mike Wilbon's co-host, Tony Kornheiser, who's a Jewish man. He said, Tony, when there's an idiot in your Jewish neighborhood, what do you all do about it? Tony said, we get rid of him. And Charles Barkley juxtaposed that with, what do we do when there's an idiot in our community? We celebrate them, we tolerate them, we accept them. Look at what they did with George Floyd. We deify them. We tolerate idiots. And when you tolerate chaos, you get more chaos. Anything you tolerate expands. Anything you do not tolerate shrinks. In the black community, we tolerate single parent households. We tolerate kids out of control. We tolerate men not fathering their children and taking care of their households. I remember years ago, my mother used to walk my sister and I to and from school when we were in elementary school. One day we were walking and there were some kids gathering around fighting, a couple years older than us. And my mom stopped, walked over there, broke up the fight, and gave those kids a talking to about what they were doing. That's the way the community used to be. And my mom didn't know any of these kids and they didn't know her. But that's the way adults were respected in the community. These days, you can't do anything like that because you can't talk to somebody else's kids. Their parents will come out and beat you up for talking to their kid for doing the wrong thing. So what's happened in our community is that we have reduced standards. We have attacked anyone who wants to uphold a standard, and they get called the names and they get attacked. They get ostracized from the community because you are talking down on one of your own. That's the verbal sleight of hand that they use on you. And then when you back up and stop enforcing the standard or stop talking about the standard, they just get lowered. And again, this is scientific law. When there are no standards or parameters, you get entropy, which is chaos and disorder. It is a binary. You get one or you get the other.
All right, Mr. Bennett, you can go first. What are your thoughts on what he said?
I don't disagree with much of what was said. I think that, again, when you have a lack of structure, but again, how are we going to undo generations of this type of unraveling? The only thing you can do is, again, you can make a decision today to simply stop. I want to do something different. But, I mean, these now, I didn't agree with the George Floyd. I mean, again, to say whatever man that he was, why even bring him up? Said who was deifying him? He was only deified because he was unlawfully deleted by the police. So again, I don't understand why you need to interwove that into your conversation. It doesn't apply to the situation or thought process. But outside of that, yes, I agree. I think that when you don't have, again, some sort of accountability, when you don't have people who are thoughtful about being intentional about marriage, being intentional about being parents to children, you get these sort of situations. And we failed generation after generation when we're not intentional about those things. So again, I don't know how that's going to change or whatever. All we can do is just, put the message out, and whoever's going to hear it is going to hear it. And again, I'm not looking for revolutionary change, because I don't think that's going to happen. But if one or two people can understand and listen and make a decision, so like, I want to do something different, then you take that as a victory, as low a bar as that is. But I can't see that when you have, 60 years of generational institutional forces that have forced this situation, that we're going to just change that overnight. But yeah, I mean, you're not going to, the principles are the principles. They're not going to change. And when men and women decide to do foolish things and produce foolish results, the only thing you're going to be able to do is just then stop being foolish. Just stop.
Right.
And that's anytime I hear and see these things, that's all I want to just tell Black people to do, is just stop. Or stop before you do a particular action that's going to generate a result that's not going to help your situation. And I think a lot of this is simply people reaching, like, why a lot of times people will have kids is because that's the only thing you feel that is rewarding. It's the only thing you feel is productive. Now, I'm not saying today that everyone should be having 7, 8, 9 kids. But I think if you are going to have kids, you need to be intentional about, first of all, understand, why do you want them? Are you in a position ready to parent them? Not to say you have to have all the money in the world, but even I've seen this with people, even if you have money, they're not parenting their children well. They're simply living out their fantasies through them. I know a ton of fathers and whatnot who are living out their lives through their kids, through travel sports, because they didn't get a chance to do it themselves. It's not that they're producing better humans. If anything, they're being spoiled. You got 21-year-olds who never had a job because they played travel sports all through high school and all through college, but they have no skill except for playing the sport that they were playing all that time. And so, again, I'm not even saying it's, like I said, an economic thing, just throwing money at something. Yeah, you can buy your kid a $400 baseball bat. But is that producing a functional human being? So I think really having a conversation, especially with young men, about parenting, like what it takes to be a parent, really getting into why you want to be a parent. What is the outcome that you're looking for? But I think for a lot of people, you have kids is because you think your life isn't worth anything, but you think that bringing another life into the world, even though your life isn't, together, you think that's going to give you that's the best thing you can do in life. And I'm of the mindset that it's not. So whether you have much or you have little, you still the issue of parenting, I think it still needs to be discussed. And I haven't heard a lot of conversation in these spaces about parenting. But I think that's a healthy conversation to have. But with that, gentlemen, I need to drop. But again, thank you for having me up. If I do get a chance, if you guys are still rolling, I might try to swing back around. But as Black Man, as usual, you go to the tough places, bro.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you for it.
Absolutely.
So
Great to see you, Mr. Bennett.
Likewise. Keep flipping tables, and I'll talk to you guys later on.
Yeah, take it easy.
Blessings. Yep.
Now, philosophical, before I bring you in, because I want you to speak on what the video that we just watched, but the guy that's speaking right now is actually speaking again in a part 2 of this, and I'm going to play that because I want you to speak to what he's saying now, because he's really about to dig really hard into the Black community. So let's watch this. Here we go.
Talking about is too simple. I think that these problems and solutions are simple, and that men in general lean towards logic and data and blah, blah, and women lean towards feelings and emotions. And so when feelings and emotions have way too much say-so over standards, this is what you get. And so we're the one culture in America that is completely dominated by the emotions of women. And I look at men constantly trying to make an emotional appeal to women rather than any enforcement of a standard. And so again, this is why I'm just like doubling down. This is classic men versus women. Women are kicking our rear ends and the children are suffering. And don't back away. If you think it's too simple, double down. I'm not offended or whatever, but I am just like, no, man, it really is this simple, Dre. No?
The way I see it, it's not necessarily men on one side, women on another side, and this is a big Royal Rumble. It's women have inserted, here's where we stand, here's how we see things as women, and men, instead of holding the line, and I've always been an advocate of saying that a man needs to have the testicles to tell a woman STFU to her face and stand on it. A lot of men don't have the ability to do that. A lot of men are unwilling to do that. And because a man is unwilling to do that, you don't enforce the standard as much. You allow corners to be cut. And again, you cut enough corners, you no longer have a square, you now have a circle. And that's what ends up happening. So it is kind of men versus women, but it's really men not upholding their own standard. And when men don't uphold the standard, again, you are either going in one direction or another. As the saying goes, you're getting better, you're getting worse, you're growing or dying. You're getting chaos or you're getting standards, but you cannot do both at the same time. So we're saying similar things, but it's not because women are trying to fight men. They have just slowly convinced men, they have influenced men to no longer uphold their standards, and that's where the whole community falls.
Eel, it's on you.
All right, first of all, excuse me, that was rude of me. I ain't speak to y'all. I'm sorry, I had a long day. Shout out to everybody that's on the panel. Good to see you, brothers. I'm about to get raw.
Yep, please do.
This European worked very fucking hard to put us in this fucking situation. And I'm tired of niggas trying to act like, oh, we ain't just get here overnight. This European and this system worked arduously for mad long to displace the mind of our women, our children, and our community. And then when all the things he put into place actually came to a zenith, we're like, this shit ain't just happen overnight. So that's the inception. Now, that's that. Now, since that has happened, the power structure for what a man looks like has been totally altered in the Black community. And the epitome of manhood that has been accepted in the Black community, especially by our women, is the criminal. That's it. Since that has happened, we haven't been the same. Because in her mind, she's comparing you to, I call it the curse of Tupac. Came up that today. Because he's a thug, he's a politician, he loves his mom. He's all over the place. And since that man, every man has had to be that or they're inadequate. Not just from they women, but from men as well. Like there's no room. You can't even connect with your brothers these days. This country did an arduous job to create exactly what it has created. We wasn't even like this 50 years ago. Like as soon as we came out of slavery, we was getting it popping. So it's not about what we went through because we came out the worst possible thing ever and came out thriving. So they went back and fought hard because I heard a brother earlier say 60 years. Actually, it's been 6,000 years, according to Chancellor Williams, the destruction of black civilization. It's actually been 6,000 years. He said from the year 400 BC to the year 2000. We only 26 years removed from 6,000 years of destruction, to be technical. But that's the truth. They didn't put crack in the community for nothing. They didn't redline people for nothing. Like, they beat the hope out of our people. We're anomalies. The fact that we even able to have this conversation without crying right now is from the grace of God. They have fucked our people up. Now, I'm not just saying they just literally made you do something, but they've put things in your way, in your path of progression to make you just get to a point where you're just like, fuck it. I'm just going to focus on me and mine. And I don't agree with that. But like we were talking about the brother going crazy. I understand. You can't even, your brothers don't have your back. Your sister don't have your back. Your family don't have your back. This country is about business and money. It's not about family. It's not about nothing else. And we see that. This is the end. I'm not saying it's the end of the country, but it's the end of what we thought America meant. It was never that. It was never this place of idealism. It's a place to get some money, man. And they've displaced us from being able to prosper ourselves. Everything in this country is about bread. It's about finance. It's about economics. And our people are at the bottom. Money does not make you happy, but it's an insulator. When you have money, you can insulate yourself from a lot of negativity. You can insulate yourself from a lot of dysfunctionality. They destroyed our ability to do that at the level that they're on. There's no way you're going to catch up to these people with finances. And things are going up in inflation every year, every day. Our people have been economically destroyed. We just resilient, so we're able to make it happen. So we see little anomalies. Oh, look at LeBron. Oh, look at this brother who got a. When you look at the wealth gap between us and them, it's astronomical, and it will not be brought back. You cannot do it. We have 2% of the nation's wealth. The top 10% of us got 90. The bottom 2%, the bottom of us, the top 10% has 90% of that wealth, or half of that. Top 10% got half of that wealth. The bottom 90% got half of 2%. You're not going to function well. So I just get tired of people. Trust me, I know our woman is crazy. That's go without saying. Not all of them, but a lot of them. But this situation has a paper trail. You don't have to guess. You can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's not that deep. And everybody want to talk about everything but the fucking elephant in the room. That is the system. That is these corporations. That is these fucked up ass politicians. You got these niggas on the internet always talking about this conservative shit, this liberal shit. We're just seeing that the people that run this world, from the highest forms of government to the highest forms of corporate America, of corporations, banking, financing, influence, media, they're having sex with little children and eating people. So what the fuck do you think is going to happen to the people that are under that? Attitude reflects leadership. You cannot get a clean thing from an unclean thing. The Bible say that. So if the people that are guiding the legislation, guiding the banking, the media are doing that, what the fuck is going to, what are we talking about? Either we're going to get it popping or leave. Like it's what else are we going to do? We could be here all day pointing to the sister, the brother. Just 50 years ago, we loved each other. We ain't had no money. Think about it. We was broke, but we had love. We got all this money. Nobody loved nobody.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with us, and it's easy to point out. It's this system. It's what they did. They worked hard to get to this result, and they got it.
Yeah. Okay, but you said something really unique. You come to a time. I don't know how old you are, right? And I think so. You would, and I mention this all the time on the panel, right? There was a time when a lot of the dysfunction that you see was not really existing. It was in small pockets, right? Because that was pre-crack era, because mothers, sisters were still in a position of understanding. They were and they allowed fathers and sons to build that. And I always go to this, welfare time sort of took the single people and put them somewhere else separate. That's where it got sort of muddy. because you're taking single and when when you want a cocktail picker, you want the women, and everybody know we got the finest women. So we put them over here, and then they started offering us little tokens and things like that. But the community still had that family atmosphere. Yeah. They still had that, right? And we were, and again, I coming out of school in '86, me and JT, we were the when they came out with the crime bill, saying, you black men right here, y'all gonna struggle going forward. And since that time, we've seen the strongest of brothers and families either inside or deleted. We fought, we went home, we was best friends, we was buddies. But once they started to allow that type of life in inner cities, a lot of and the dope took the mothers out the home. See, welfare took the father out the home, but the father still had that connection. But when mothers started using drugs, you can see it in any city where once they came outside, the children became unprotected. And since that time, those kids at that time have grown up to see a lot of fight and destruction, a lot of drug, a lot of in and out of penitentiary, a lot of no relationships with the father. One of the biggest components for young men, especially 40, and I would say 50 and under, those relationships with the father were destroyed. They were stripped. And since that time, and I disagree with this, brother, we ain't at the bottom, right? Because black men are resilient. We know how to float. We know how to swim. Listen. We already know that the slave master's over here. He's fairy tale. He's over in the la-la. We don't got to get to la-la. We want our own. See, we don't want to go to la-la because la-la been keeping us blind. That's la-la land. We want to go to a land of intentionality going forward. And it takes this, right? I'm 58. I'm out the game. But the leadership is around 45, 50 to take that mindset of young mind, hungry men, because we don't want to see them go from 20 to 40 struggling with creating opportunity for themselves, not building relationships with, their children and the women that are already there, they gone. But the wealth could come in sort of being intentional as an individual because everybody's going their own way. But right now, I think it's a great time for black men to focus on self, use these as examples, these type of incidents to be better going forward, because we got 4 or 5, it's only going to take somebody 4 or 5 years to go from at a place of where they don't see anything happening to prosperity. But they have to be intentional about which direction. I'll say this and I shut up. When I say about be selfish, sometimes you got to get away from your friends, your family, your cousins, the dude that always pass you the blunt. And I'm not saying you forget who they are, not have a relationship, but you have to get away to see the world. You have to explore as a young man. I don't care if you're just walking, but you have to see that. So when you come back, never go to the world with your feelings. The world say, fuck your feelings. Think with logic, your understanding. Keep your head clean and your eyes open. That will allow you to navigate within everybody. But it's a different time. Everybody's feeling based, so it's going to be struggling going forward.
Go ahead, Ella, and I'll go after you, man.
If you want to go, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to take over nothing like that. If you want to,
I'm gonna be quick. So this is the craziest thing. We have to know that there's warfare on us, black men.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? And even black men. You know how you can tell now? Put us in a room full of men that don't agree with us. Put us in a room with men and women, and we talking about righteous shit. We talking about being able to get knowledge of self. We talking about being able to take care of everyone that's in your family. We talk about having morals and values. The majority of those guys will sit back and find something that's wrong about what you said, and you just like, well, what the fuck are we talking about? Even if they don't even understand it. We have different ways on how we look at things, but the way that they do, they wage warfare. They wage warfare. Look at our sisters. This is how I'm listening to those videos, and I'm like, I'm not advertising to women that we are better. Men they need to have a man in their life. Suffrage, when they suffer, they're going to eventually, at some point, somebody is going to figure that shit out. I'm not doing it. I'm staying right here where I'm at. You coming along? You ain't coming along? Okay. Oh, well. And and guess what I have? I have discipline. So those women that's out there doing the things that they doing with the twerking and with the red hair and all those different things, if I was younger, if I was 30 years younger than what I am right now, I would do exactly what I tell the other men. Just ignore them. Guess what? It's still women that's out there, and this is what's crazy. They're rare. But I'm a out cold dude. I'm a out cold dude. Guess what I'm gonna do? That's the one I'm gonna get. The one that people call rare. They right in front of you every day. But for some odd reason, the warfare, and I agree with you, Illa, this shit has been done for hundreds, thousands, maybe even millions of years on us, bro. We already see it. The warfare on our psyche as men, it's like, wow. And then we see other shit. Well, we got people that's cheering on men that's going the opposite way of what manhood is. Soon as they drop out of manhood, they get everybody, woohoo. You go, queen. These be black men. I'm like, yeah, they did a job on us.
They did a job. And it's to the point where the community does not value it. We like to talk about being grounded, having knowledge of self, being intelligent. Our community don't value that shit. Even the men. That's why y'all don't see me on YouTube that much no more. I mean, I'm coming back, but I'll be wanting to hurt niggas.
Yeah.
I came into this space with literature, not Google, not ChatGPT, books, and niggas was laughing at that shit. These dudes and women are on the same team. We got to stop acting like this red pill shit changed. No, it didn't. It gave people a hustle. These dudes is just as bad as these fucking women.
You right.
There's a remnant of intelligent men that need to get the fuck away from everybody, because they're going to have to realize that the dudes you need left. And you got to look around and realize you're just surrounded by idiots. And that's the moment you're going to realize you fucked up.
Yeah.
That's what time we at now. All that reclamation, you not reclaim. You got family, you got little kids you care about. I'm not telling you to ignore them. You got people you personally love. You have a personal bond with them. I'm not telling you to ignore them. But all this great and wonderful day, listen here, man. Every time we tried to convene, they beat narcissism into black people. Every time we convene with love, they beat the shit out of us. So now it's a bunch of narcissists that only care about themselves. What else they gonna do? Why wouldn't they think that way? But this community does not respect knowledge and intelligence unless it makes them $1. If it doesn't equate to an immediate gratification, your information is irrelevant. That's why an idiot could get rich. It's look at the time we in with social media streaming. Idiots are winning. Yeah. These kids don't even know how to fucking read, and they're millionaires from just streaming, doing nothing. When you give people money for doing nothing, it puts an imbalance in the market of what's valuable. If you got a girl who can set up an OnlyFans and become a millionaire in 6 months, and you got somebody that went to school to be a doctor for 4 years, and she's making more than him, it fucks the game up.
Yeah.
Because they feel like, I'll shake my ass and I'll make more than you. I don't care if you heal people and create and cure our brain surgeon. I make more than you in a day. You can't fix that. They changed the value system. It's a wrap. So I think intelligent men need to get the fuck on, because you are the victim. Malcolm X's wife, Betty Shabazz, cheated on Malcolm X. You think you got a chance? Like, just think about it.
Right.
Multiple times.
Woo.
That was then. That was before social media. That was before crack. That was before Instagram and TikTok, OnlyFans. This was in the 60s. Where all they could do was doodle wop. And she was cheating on Malcolm L. Hajj Malik Shabazz.
Yeah.
This community does not respect the intelligent man if he's not paying your bills.
You're right, boy. You cooking.
And I'm from the hood. I'm from the hood. I'm from the gutter, the hood. Newark, New Jersey, South Forward. We was on the block, all that. My niggas know me. So I'm telling you, from being that person and not being that person, they do not value intelligence. It took my homies prison to realize what I was telling them when I was 19 years old. They came home from jail, yo, ill, you was right. I'm like, yo, that's what's up, bro, but you could have figured this shit out when you was home. Why does it take prison do the men with pregnancy, single motherhood do the black women? They get it now.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Prison do that. They go to jail, they come out, or they get it. She got 3 kids. Now she want to be a submissive woman. It's too late. So we have to realize that's where we at. And if you are an intelligent one, you're the sound-minded one, you are the prey from your brother and your sister. So hey, with that, I'll digress.
Man, yeah, you cooked that thing, that boy. I especially with the Malcolm X and his wife cheating on him. That's crazy. A lot of people don't know that.
No, they don't know that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. Man. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people don't know that, man. And like you said, the disrespect, and I was talking about this with my baby the other day, man. I said, man, the disrespect is it's outrageous, brother. Black men are not respected no more. You can't have a woman to call your own no more. She cheating with the weak ass nigga down the street. No, I'm just saying, think about it. How many men, like he just said, if Malcolm X got cheated on, some niggas ain't got a shot. Just think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like the mindset, and even Malcolm X, just think about this. Put this in your mind. Malcolm X sat in front of a crowd and said the most disrespected person in the world is the black woman. And the whole time his wife was cheating on him with another dude.
That's when he found out.
Dude, it's crazy. He was defending them, and she still just, you cheated on Malcolm. You know what I'm saying? Fuck the game up. So I agree with you, man.
Conversation, though, man. Where are we going with this stuff? Because we start. Well, yeah. Listen, we're hearing a lot of shit about women, but it's how men deal with these situations, right? There's got to be something that we could say that just doesn't leave us in a hole. And my thing is this: as bad as shit is, it's not all of us.
Sure.
Right? It's not all of us. So everybody's been under programming for years, right? We're 3-4 generations deep with fucking illegitimate kids, and that's the way things are. A man who wants a wife, he's got to cherry pick to find a woman who hasn't been tainted by some other asshole, right? To find a wife to marry that doesn't have somebody else's kid, right? So we have guys, men just going off the deep end over their women. And why? That's what we need to ask. Like the fucking guy was lieutenant governor, ends up offing his wife, offing himself. But a lot of people don't realize that he lost a 400, because he had a sex scandal, right? So he lost a 400, I think his business was worth, he was bringing in $400K a year with his business, and it went to zero in a matter of a couple of years. And that's when his wife was saying, I'm gonna leave you, right? And he couldn't move because he didn't know where to go. So they were all in the same house.
But
he went down so bad that he offs his wife and then he offs himself. Now, thank God, because he could have done this, he didn't off his kids because they were in the house. So why do, like I said, women call men their apex predators, especially black men. But women are men's deepest Achilles heel. We don't have anything that's more of Achilles heel to us than the women that we love. Because they could destroy us.
Because we've been broken.
They're under the same system.
Well, let me just go ahead and finish this. We need to find ways to deal with that. To deal with that without losing everything over somebody else's impact on us.
That's just a weak ass man. I done been through hell with women. I ain't offing myself.
Yeah, okay. But you know enough guys who have.
I don't know no dudes who killed themselves over
no.
I don't know.
You're not talking about whatever the deep end might be. It doesn't have to necessarily end with somebody else dying.
I don't know. No, I'm gonna be honest, brother.
Okay.
I ain't where I'm from. We keep it pushing. Or I'm gonna get a chick. Like I don't come from that train of thought where my God, what the hell? I don't know nothing about that. I come from that era.
Neither do I. That's what I'm trying to say, but it seems like it's happening more, though. It seems like it's happening more.
I'm gonna tell you why.
It's a lot of reasons. First of all, you understand hip hop is the dominant consciousness of youth of all colors. The difference between it, the music period was always the sound. The music is the heartbeat of the conscience of the people. In the 50s and 60s, and the music spoke to y'all sentiment. What's going on? Like the music is supposed to tell the story.
Right.
And it guides the youth. Now, I'm not gonna act like the hip hop when I was young was perfect. It was very balanced though. You had positive, you had negative. But one thing we wasn't doing was we wasn't kissing these women's ass.
That's right.
Pardon my French, but Snoop Dogg said, bitch,
not at all.
You without me is without we say you without me is like
Harold Melvin without the blue notes.
You know what I'm saying? Like we, so it's not like you need to be that, but it's just like a certain what? Like this generation has been broken. They think they gotta buy her or look at my chain. I'll be when I go out once in a while, I'm social. Hey, mama, come here. I ain't doing a name in front of. Come here. I'm straight to your ears. Come here. Young boy pulled me to the side. Yo, bro, how you do it? I said, do what? You just be talking to him. I said, what the fuck else you gonna do? I'm here. I'm gonna talk to you. They have no post on Instagram. It was a party in Houston. It's deep. Mad chicks everywhere, mad dudes everywhere. Nobody's dancing. They're all on their phone just looking around. They don't have any social skills. They don't have technology has dumbed down the communication. Some women just talk through emojis and memes. They don't even talk. They don't want to call. They don't want to FaceTime. Everything is a text. They retarded these kids. And the music has reinforced the retardation. They said it's the first era ever where the current generation is dumber than the previous. Ever. Like I don't think it's a rap. And as far as the remedy is, focus on yourself and those who fuck with what you fuck with. All that trying to convince people, that's what makes people snap. Trying to convince people.
I agree with that.
That's what causes the snapping. When you see they ain't fucking with you, keep it pushing. Male or female, the snap comes from inspecting yourself from other people. That's what you snap.
I don't want peace. I want problems always.
Do you have children?
I have a daughter.
Your daughter? So is she a teenage daughter?
She's 16.
Yeah, so you right in the thick of it, right? I'll say this and I'll shut up, man. Brothers like yourself, man, I tell our pain sometimes too, man. If you want to help the community, it's ways you can do it without having to do it by yourself. It's resources for you out there.
I agree with you, brother. And I used to work in education. People don't know.
I'm talking about the young teens, the high schoolers, you know.
Education. I love kids. My passion is hip hop, history, and the youth. I love that. But this is the thing about it. That ancient proverb, it takes a village, is real. Because one thing about dealing with kids, what I'm teaching you is only as good as what's being reinforced at home. And if it's not being reinforced at home, every day I got to teach you over and over again. That's why the village matters. We need each other, man. But we have such a narcissistic spirit. Like we got to get out. We got this martyrdom. This shit ain't gonna take a person. Every time a person does something, that person dies. We need a revolution of the mind of all people where they don't recognize who is who. Because you a leader, you a leader, you a leader, you a leader. And they could just point out like he's the one, and then it's over with. Like we got to get out of that. Everybody needs to get on some shit. Niggas need to start re-educating themselves, reading, and stop arguing with these girls. They don't get what you're saying. Fuck what they talking about and leave her alone. Stop trying to convince her anything because you can get the body. The women, you can get sex. They give their body for they give their mind.
So you don't believe they need the guidance? You don't believe
they have to be receptive though. At some point.
I'm just saying that most teens, I'm not thinking that look, most niggas on YouTube, niggas is old. They gonna believe what they believe. I don't even have, but a mindset where you talking about that because I see that fire and passion, and a lot of people don't approach you with that because they'll react contrary to what you believe. Most of them are looking for that, what you have, right? And I'm just saying if you could get a capacity of, controlled environment where you can have 10 to 12, 15.
I want to. Like, I want to talk to kids. I want to talk to young boys.
Yeah, but you already have that capacity because you're in education, right?
No, so I'm saying I have.
No. What I'm saying is you can still create opportunities where you can go into those spaces for yourself. And then you can get the resources where you wouldn't have to be going all in your pocket to do it. Even vans and things to do field trips, take them to those places that you talk about. and bring the material to them, because most people are not going to have that material brought to them. I believe you'll bring it to them and say, look, it's just not my words. We can see it for ourselves. And you can help them recognize, like, you know what? They'll be doing like you did when you was a teen. They'll be brushing them off, not leading with money, not falling into other people's traps. I'm just saying it's money, it's money and resources out there for brothers like you.
Because to be honest, I'll do it for free. Like I just want to talk to them. I don't got to get paid. I just want a building full of black boys. I just want them to shut the fuck up and listen. Them and girls, I got it from here. I don't need no help. I don't need a check. Just give me a mic. I'm telling you, I want to do that, and I'm in the process of trying to get that going, because I just want to talk to the kids. I ain't looking for a check. I work for mine. I'm a 9-to-5 blue collar dude like everybody else. I just want them to hear what I got to say, because I love our people, but I'm just they put us in a bag that it's so hard to get out of. Like we got to think. We were just people coming from just sharecropping, dealing with diabolical funded think tanks that was thinking 30, 40, 50 years ahead when grandma was just trying to make some cornbread.
Yeah.
There's no way you can beat these motherfuckers, man. That's why I'm so tired of these black conservative niggas talking about, oh, you gotta shut the fuck up, bruh. Get out the way. Like, we gotta get rid of the niggas in our room. The European, I talk about them because that's the inception. But these niggas that's out here talking all this dumb shit, talking against reparations and all this stupid ass, dumb ass, fake rhetoric, yo, man, they got to go. They got to go. And I said years ago in this channel on the YouTube, I was on a panel with some goofy niggas, and they said, yo, so what your solution is, Illa? I said the youth. And they didn't even get it. You can't teach your old dog new tricks. I know we all heard the quote where it said, it's easy to repair children
than broken men.
It's easy to raise strong boys than repair broken men.
Yes.
You was full of broken men and women. Fuck them. Give me the children. The children shall lead. So I'm all with that, Ferg. I'm all with that. It's time for us to talk to these young boys and not that same old we shall overcome shit. Not saying we need to tell them to go and burn down the White House. We just need to, young boys need to be raised with a killer instinct of strong, I'm a win regardless. They raise our girls like that. And they raise our boys to be gentlemen.
Yeah.
But these girls are ruthless. They are ruthlessly ambitious, but the boys not. A young man got to be a killer. And I'm not saying literally, but he has to be raised with ruthless ambition, but grounded in knowledge. You put that ruthless ambition with knowledge and integrity, it's a wrap.
And let me tell you something, Illa. Now that you said that, I'm glad you said that, because I think the daughters are raised to be ruthless, and I think that's why we see an influx of violence with women who are squaring up with men and fighting me and saying, "Nigga, I beat your ass," and I have the perfect video for that. Here we go. Now, hold on. No, that's not the one. I'm gonna play.
Damn.
I'm gonna play the right one. That's a female running into the store to that's crazy.
She got up.
Okay, here it is.
$2,200 don't matter. I know how much.
This is a Dollar Tree worker. I think she's the manager.
I seen.
And she wanted the guy to leave the store. He said, "I haven't finished purchasing yet," and she went back there to confront him. And this is what she did.
Hey, you gotta go. Hey, that's assault. You're assaulting him. Don't do nothing, Deech. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing, Deech. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing, Deech. Don't do nothing, Deech. She assaulted you. Don't do nothing, Deech. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing, Deech. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing. Don't do nothing, Deech. Don't do nothing, Deech. Deech, don't do nothing. Lady, get your hands off of him. Get your hands off of him. Hey, get your hands off of him. Get your hands off of him. Yo, get your hands off of him. Get your hands off of him. Yo, get your hands off of him. Tell him to get off of me. Get your hands off. His hands is off you. His hands is off you. Get my phone. His hands is off you. Yo, his hands is off you. His hands is off you. Oh my God, bro. Yo. All right, yeah, yo, go on, go.
No, my nigga, you can't be doing that.
Now he's responding. Now look.
Yo. Get off my head. Get off my head. Get off my head. Get off my head.
You can't be doing that.
Get off my head.
She's a fucking woman. You can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. You can't be doing that.
Yo, you hear
What the
me?
fuck you doing? You can't be doing that. We said to go. I don't give a fuck what you want. Go to my class video. That fucking beautiful. Let her go. Chill. Everybody let go.
Nobody called me all of that. I did all of that.
Bro, that video is a metaphor for what I just talked about.
Yeah, you did.
That man on the ground with his head, that man with his head, that's us. That's the one that's intelligent. That's the one with knowledge of self. That's the one that's just standing up for righteousness and being a real nigga. And that's what the community do. The man gonna jump on you. Had a young man, you had an older woman, a younger woman, and a man just watching. That's the community.
Wait. Who was supposed to be your friend and telling you don't do nothing?
Soon as he defended himself, some dude came out of nowhere.
That's a woman.
Yeah, and wait, that's
why
a woman.
That's why I keep that shit on me. Because I would have had that shit out.
I was
That's
that
what I'm
whole
talking about, but that's the
anybody would have anybody would have got it. Anybody would have got it.
I would have let that shit off.
Because they all are against us. They all are against us. Everybody's against us.
JT,
and this the thing, JT. When we say us, it's not black men. It's us.
Yeah.
It's not all of them.
Bro, the thing that stood out to me, bro, is the whole time she doing it, nobody came. Nobody said nothing. They just let her go.
Yeah.
As soon as he said, and put his hand around her throat, like, let me go, you hear a dude run out of nowhere and say, don't do that. That's a woman.
Yeah.
So she's allowed to just beat this man's head in. Bruh, it's another video out there. I gotta find it. Where a lady at the gas station went behind the counter and hit the dude that worked there in the face, just punched him.
Did y'all see that new video?
Oh my God.
Or the woman that she driving her son. Her son is driving the car. They're in Cali. He hit a dude car. She gets out the car, talking hella crazy to the dude, talking about I stay strapped. He like, yo, calm down. He telling the dude, like, yo, get your moms. Like, I'm chilling. No, he ain't got to get me. And it's like, that's the black woman that black men and black women act like doesn't exist. And that's another thing I'm tired. That's why I'm tired of talking to those sisters. I just say what I want. I don't give a fuck what you got to say. I don't even care what they got to say. Not because I hate them. Yet there's no reason there. Because black women in 2026 be acting like, where do you see these women at? Like, nigga, everywhere.
That irritates the hell out of me, bro.
They're downstairs right now. They in front of my building right now. Like, what? Why do y'all act like they're just obscure? And then but the funny thing is, and y'all, I'm sure y'all can relate to this. When you get them on the phone by themselves, what they start talking about? They hoe ass friends. I'll tell you what my friend did. I thought they don't exist though. I thought we just hated y'all, but every one of your friends ain't shit. This one ain't pregnant. This one's pregnant. This one got a drug habit. This one cheating on her husband. These are your friends.
Yep.
They keep selling us PR, and black men keep falling for black women's PR. They got the PR. See, we just tell her what it is. We ain't coming with PR. They got what they present to the world. Then they got what they are when nobody's around. And we keep buying into the PR. But she said she likes flowers. She said she wants to fuck what she said. Do you see her liking that shit, nigga?
Right.
He told you that. What you still liking? I ain't never seen 30 men go to a Beyonce concert and throw their boxes on the fucking thing.
Right,
They like when they think Beyonce sexy. We ain't going to a concert though. Black women by the drawers will go and throw their relationship away to take a picture with niggas.
Let's add to that. You remember a few weeks back, and JT and Coach Ferg as well. Remember a few weeks back, they had the young lady where the ladies were defending them, defending the young lady who kissed the married lady who kissed Chris Brown in the mouth.
My homeboy defended the shit. My man that just came home from 10 years in the feds. We arguing on the phone. Call up a girl of mine. They're like, yo, shorty, tell my man what you would think. She like, nah, I wouldn't forgive my girl if she did that. He trying to defend it, telling him it's just a kiss, it's just a moment. She ain't gonna see him again. It's like, bro.
He said a lot. He probably had that experience. And listen, and this is what I'm tripping about when I see these scenarios, right? Most of the dudes got sisters like that. They got family members like that. They know that's why they're so easy to give in, because in those homes, without a representative of a man to show them like you get, they've been told to shut your ass up. We're gonna do mamas. We going over mama. Everything is about the woman, and the one person who can give a man the confidence when they most need it, which we haven't been able to. We still fighting that whole thing now today. As far as you get 2 or 3 different babies places, you got to pay astronomical money. You with the woman, you trying to pay the baby and, take care of the house, and you never had a voice. But that father element, especially now, if a brother is thinking that he can have babies at 3 different women and just live a lackadaisical life in the future, we're gonna see more of these type of incidents earlier. He's only 31 years old. That's the prime of trying to be a man, and to be able to go to that extreme. We're talking going forward, because everybody lays out the blueprint. We got all these lows, right? So it means ain't nobody trying. Somebody got to be trying somewhere in them lows, right? But why can't pick out them jewels in that? I think we still got an opportunity to find jewels of black men who looking for a better way than their condition is.
But young.
So yeah,
a lot of them is broken by their mama and these women. Like so many of these it's like them dudes in that video. They scared of their damn mama. And that's the first. Most dudes I know who don't have a way with women don't got the way with their mother neither. My mother died in my arms last year, but I ain't listen to everything.
I'm sorry to hear that, brother.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Salute to you.
I ain't listen to everything my mother said. I broke her till she had to say, "Son, you're right," because mama don't know every goddamn thing. So if you still broken by your mama, you only going to be broken by these women. Because one thing black women did, especially when I was younger, in that 80s and 90s, they raised their sons to be primed and prepped for other women's daughters. I'm telling you, they got like almost a symbiotic hive mind that's unspoken. They're getting their sons in line to deal with other black women. They keep them in line, girl, because they all on the same team.
Yeah,
they make them so they raising their sons to be soft because they know he gonna deal with your hard ass daughter. And now that social clash is happening before our eyes. Now you got these broke ass, these young boys getting money. That's one thing they getting. These young cats, they getting to the money, but they broken. They don't have no confidence. Look at these athletes. You get $1 million, you getting 60, 70, 80 million, $100 million, and all you want to do is date Future's baby mother?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's access to the entire planet.
Come on.
And you only want to date a fellow rapper's baby mom, not ex-girlfriend, baby mom. And you are a billionaire.
Yeah.
Something wrong with these niggas.
Yeah.
Buying the houses and shit.
So you saying something wrong with Russell Wilson?
Yeah.
Now this is my pushback on that. Now, a lot of people talk about Russell. I don't have an issue with Russell. I'm gonna tell you why. Russell's balling for one.
Yeah.
And we all met a woman with kids, so let's not act like we ain't been that guy.
Yeah.
He met her with 1 kid and he gave her 3 of his. That's his family now. Niggas don't want to hear that shit. It may not sound politically correct. Yeah, he a little bit corny, but that's his family. Now, until I see Sarah disrespect him, the only thing I seen her do funny, she had on her little dress in public and all of that. That was inappropriate. But he running the show. That nigga's calling him daddy. Future son ain't saying you not my daddy. He's saying I'm a Wilson. He won to me. Now we don't like it because he doesn't fit the thug persona that black men claim we against, but we always defend it though. Because Future ain't shit. I'm a fan of his music, but Russell's a better man than Future.
Right.
Yeah, and that's not a good example at all, man. It's such an outlier. Russell Wilson's such an outlier when we start talking about stepdads. And well, first of all, Sierra was no street chick. She was a independent, a rich woman in her own right. So the fact is, when we not to say you philosophical, but the point is, people like to go to that couple. It's just so
it's corny. It's leave them alone, man.
Right. It's so atypical. The regular guy who's a stepdaddy is getting his fucking ass kicked. Okay. The regular stepdaddy out there gets no respect these days, not back in the past. So I just say it's not a good example.
I don't think the regular stepdad get disrespect. I think the regular man get disrespect because most niggas is soft and they scared of these girls.
That's true because they've been raised by these women. But
that don't mean they get disrespect. I didn't listen. I've dated women with children, and I've never been disrespected by their children. I was disrespected by their mama. When I was in my late 20s.
I dig it, but you're being disrespectful. What I'm saying is, where do we get to the guys that we want to say, we're going to be leaders in our own right? Doesn't matter that it's 2026, 2027. There is a cadre of men out there who ain't buying none of this shit, who doesn't think it's okay to be led by the fucking matriarchy. You know what I'm saying? I sit back here and see, we're raising these tough black women. Guess what? I got the fucking list of around 35 black women who are at higher office, judges, mayors. They're all fucking dropping the bag. They're all indicted. They're all fucked up with these power trips because they think they're on top of the world. They don't want to be equal to men. They want to be superior to men.
Facts.
And it's manifesting itself and it's destroying society. That's why I didn't give a shit who was running on the other side. There was no way I was going to vote for Kamala Harris. So I'm just trying to say is, we are the men. We're talking all this shit, on this particular panel, but where's the movement of men who aren't going to play into this fucking boss babe bullshit, right? As a married man myself from the old school, I didn't have to ask my wife so I could be the leader. That was just an assumption. You walk in, right? You say, this is my fucking family. The one thing I tell people is the worst position to be in as a man is to have all this responsibility, but no authority over the decisions that you have to make. And a lot of men are in that position, right? They're fucking be responsible for everything. They're trying to blame fucking men over the fucking chick who died in goddamn Tanzania.
And a white man.
How did we get in the middle of that fucking thing? Besides the fact that she hated black men. You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask this question then. So for men out there that's watching right now, Philosophical, from your perspective, Coach Ferg, from your age group perspective, R. Payne and JT, let's go around the room. When you see this video we just watched, which was just terrible, what do you say to that young man who is that's out there right now? We're seeing it every day. You can go to TikTok right now and find 20 videos of a woman beating a man upside the head, and he's letting her do it.
Let me say,
a man real quick, a woman running up on him and putting her hands on him.
Let me say this right. The motherfucker is wrong because the first thing he should have done was call the cops and get that bitch arrested. That's what he should have done. He got all the video there.
Somebody got your head.
He got all the video.
Yeah, she holding his head, and he asking for his phone. He's like, "Can y'all get my phone?"
You listen to what I said.
His buddy could have been doing this shit.
As soon as he got out of there, he should have called the cops. He should have called the cops and had her arrested for assault. That's the one thing we don't do. She assaulted this fucking guy, and when it got over, we don't know what happened afterwards. He should have called the fucking cops and had her arrested. That's what he should have did. And we walk away, and then we watch these videos so we can get all riled up. I'm more mad that this motherfucker wasn't back there with the cops having that big fat bitch arrested. That's what
we don't know what happened though. That's just
I think he's suing them.
So let's talk about that part of the story.
Yeah.
But hold on, but my thought is in the process of that. Let me ask you this though, because he just said she maced me, she hit me. In a situation like that where a woman's macing you or hitting you or causing you harm, are you gonna get your ass whooped and wait till the police come, or should a man? Because in Texas right now, they passed a law that a man can defend himself against men, against women, anything that's causing you harm. You can knock her head off, and you're not going to jail.
Well, it looked bad, but
that video wasn't about that man. That video was about the community,
right?
Because the community should have got this off of that nigga. Yeah. Everybody watching her should have broke it up. They jumped on him. That wasn't a black man issue. That's the black community issue. And that video was a microcosm of the macrocosm of why the community is fucked up. Because they're focused on the wrong thing.
To me, that was personal.
When they did wrong.
It doesn't matter. I'd like to, if there's a story that happened after the video, why don't we show that part of it? let's go.
No,
let's
they don't
do
have.
the
They don't
thing.
have no video afterwards.
I mean,
They
not the
just said.
video. I mean,
They
if
just
there's
said in
a
the comments
story
that
anywhere, is
that
there
he
a
seen
story anywhere of what this fucking guy did after that ordeal was over?
To me, it was personal with that, right? Because she was telling him to leave the store first, right? And that's where, if you're stealing, you want to hold them till the people come. You'll call the police. So you working as a manager or whatever. You catch somebody, you can. But she challenged him, and he didn't seem like a small guy. To me, it had to be something personal with her as it regards to him.
What was that? Where did that take place?
In a Dollar Tree.
In the grocery store.
Do we know what city it is?
No.
Yeah. So
But see, my thing. But I'm going back to what Ilosophical said earlier. Arpain and Coach Ferg. There's something inside of real niggas that ain't gonna allow that. If I'm in a store tomorrow, Arpain and Coach Ferg and JT and Ilosophical, and a woman grab my locks and start punching me, I'm gonna activate immediately. It's not in me for a woman to emasculate me like that. It can't happen. If she put her hands on me,
people don't even play with you like that.
Yeah, don't do that. If she grabbed my hair, I would have knocked that bitch head off.
Yeah,
Immediately.
You got a right to protect yourself because no store employee should be grabbing you by your head and all that. That's why I think it was personal, and the fact that he was restraining not to hit her. His friend, in a sense, everybody's.
I don't know if that was his friend. It was just a nigga out loud.
But he kept telling him not to hit her, so I figured he knew him, right?
He was calling him by name. Yeah, he called him by name.
He called him by name.
Yeah, he's supposed to get her off of him.
Yep.
Yeah, but because that was I don't think enough.
That guy who was his so-called friend, when that dude in the red jumped on him, I would have kicked that motherfucker.
Yeah, I'd have bull rushed him. I'd have tossed him over into the sliding door.
There, seeing your boy get jumped by now a dude, what do you do?
It was two dudes that jumped in. It was about 3 or 4.
They screaming, that's a woman. That's a woman. That's a woman.
She'd have been tossed over on the canned goods.
A lot of women jump on dudes that they really attracted to.
Yeah.
Right. They even when you're on these panels, a lot of women that give you the hardest time is because you the type of man they like. So they look at it as they go big game hunting.
They just want to touch you and shit. They just want to touch you.
Yeah, we both hunting, men and women hunting. We hunting so you could be our pet. These women is hunting so your head could be on their fucking wall. They see, you masculine, or you got some energy. Well, I'm about to break you. You ain't gonna break me. But that's what they be trying to do though. Like, so a lot of times that should be like when you in school, a girl that hit you because she like you type of shit. So that was flirting. That was flirting. She was flirting with him.
Yeah. Because boys are taught, don't put your hand on your sister.
Yeah, he probably shot.
As soon as she would have maced me, I would have she'd been letting my hair go, and right after I would have finished going here, because everybody gonna be trying to put their hands on me. I was giving every one of them haymakers, including the person with the damn camera. Everybody getting it, and I'm calling the cops.
That's why I keep the low cut, baby.
Yes, sir. Grabbing my hair, and you gonna mace me, grab my hair, and now you gonna make it look like we fighting. You can't beat me, woman. Let me show you how this shit go. I gave her these hands, and whoever would have stepped up, they would have got these hands too. And that digger that was sitting there, don't do nothing, Geech. Don't do it. And he hollering like a little bitch. Man, shut the fuck up. You just as worse as the rest of these people. But that's why when Ilosophical said it, and I looked at it the same way. That's a microcosm of what we have to deal with as men. We got everybody against us, even the nigga that we thought was our friend.
Yeah, you're right.
That shit is crazy.
You're right.
Everybody looking at me getting abused, and as soon as I start to retaliate, now everybody want to start coming mad. If everybody don't back the fuck up, y'all all about to get this shit.
All of them.
Now, Ilosophical, I heard something today. I'll show you this with JT earlier on the phone. We was talking earlier today. Mm-hmm. There's a content creator who just in my chat a few minutes ago said on his show, that maybe we should get to the point where men need to start understanding that women are leaders now, and women not just going to be sitting at home cooking no more.
Who said that?
Maybe,
Who said that?
Sharon.
No, come on, man. Why you bring that?
He said,
to be honest, respectfully, he don't even count, bro. See, some people are real men that do content and some people are content creators trying to find an identity as a man. See, a lot of people already came to this shit with an identity. A lot of people are trying to find themselves through content. I'm already who I am, and I'm sharing who I am on content. I'm not trying to find an identity. Today I'm doing this, the next day I'm doing this, one day I'm defending the women, the next day, he don't count, bro.
He don't stand on anything.
He doesn't count, bro.
Yeah.
He doesn't count.
Nothing.
Like the man is literally laying with a Russian woman while letting black women disrespect black men. Like, bro, you don't even like black men. So how you mad that black men are frustrated with them? Well, you're frustrated, but I don't want to talk about him too much. He might get this clip and make 10 shows off this shit. So
right.
I wouldn't even like people that. You just got to be like, all right, bro, we get it. Like, he don't even count.
Right.
Yeah. I just, one thing he said was skipping a generation for us to reset. Basically, a generation should be skipped.
It's being skipped, and men are skipping these women and going to different women and like everybody keep talking about what need to happen. It's happening.
It's happening.
It's happening. They're saying, got it, and they keeping it moving. And these women are losing their mind, and they're gonna look around. All they're gonna have is men like that sitting around doing this with them, and all the dudes that's really about it are gone. Like,
so you're not gonna get out.
I don't know what they're waiting for. Winter ain't coming. The shit is here.
So let me ask this question then. How do we, guys, this is the question, the last question of the night. Like, if you're looking at the young men in our community now, bro, it's bad, bro. It's bad, bro. I mean, the fingernail paint, the sassiness, the purse wearing, I saw Dwayne Wade do he was on Good Morning America sitting down talking to the lady, and he told the lady, I got a purse line coming out and fingernail polish line coming out, a lip gloss line. So he gonna have D-Wade lip gloss and D-Wade purses, and what the fuck is happening?
He's part of the Epstein.
This is what it is, big homie. If you follow what these men are doing, they're so inundated with what women like. And what are the two things that women befriend the most? Gay men and thugs.
Yeah.
And if you look at the young boys, they're doing both. They got all these tattoos. Like back in the day, you could look at 10 men and know he plays ball, he goes to school. You put 10 boys from 10 different eras, you won't know who is who because they all tatted up. But they work at Best Buy. You know what I'm saying? So they all want to appeal to what they think a woman want, which is the thug and the gay stuff. That's why they dressing all weird, because they trying to appease to the ever-changing variable mind of a woman. You got to stand firm in what you are. Fuck what she talking about. And these dudes want the affection of that woman so bad that they're willing to paint their nails because they want the woman to feel comfortable. So they're becoming more like her instead of making her uncomfortable. I make women uncomfortable immediately because that's letting me know what you want. Dudes be like, oh, I'll take out. And I'm like, yo, come to my rooftop. Let's go up on the roof and have a drink. Dudes be like, yo, you invite girls straight to your crib? Nigga, yeah. Because you learn more about a woman when she's uncomfortable. She ain't gonna, you don't learn nothing when she's comfortable. Hey, I got the flowers. Hey, let's go to Roof Chris. Of course she's gonna be nice, nigga. You doing everything she wanna do. But put her in a comfortable situation, she'll let you know if she really like you or not. But if she really fuck with you, she gonna come with that. She gonna be like, you know what? I don't usually do this. This ain't really my style, but
lying like a motherfucker.
Now you can say, okay, you learn more about a woman in discomfort, not comfort.
Yeah, because they really speak then when they're uncomfortable. Because there's a nervousness that they have. And we already know that a lot of women, when they get nervous, what do? They babble. They talk a lot. You dig what I'm saying? So that's why it is. When you got them in their own space and all of that, they're just, they're too comfortable. They ain't gonna talk
all the time.
Yeah.
You take them to a nice restaurant, she ain't saying nothing. She on her phone. Yeah. She ain't challenged. She's comfortable. She's like, I'm supposed to be here. Nah, nigga, we going to my crib. When the last book you read? What's that dude you used to talk to? Yep. I'm on that type of time. These dudes are scared, bro. They scared to. I'm not scared to lose no woman, bro.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, well, I appreciate you, Illa, man. We had these shows like this, bro. I'd love to have you, man. If you ain't busy, bro, and man, make sure y'all go and subscribe to Illa's page, man. And everybody up here, man. And like I said, I appreciate the conversation, man. It was a really, 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 really good conversation where men can just have a conversation without calling each other out each other's name and all this stupid ass shit that you see. Like Illa was speaking to earlier. But man, hey, Other than that, bro, I appreciate y'all, man. We out. I'll see y'all tomorrow. The sports show is tomorrow. And then we have, Tyrese will be in tomorrow night. So we'll talk to y'all later, man. We out. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah. Black Man Unfiltered Network. We ain't here to play nice. We here to flip everything they told you was normal. Hey! Yeah. Hey, we flipping tables. Yeah. We breaking labels.